Hey everyone, it's Ellie Mae with Silhouette Secrets, and this is the short video of this weeding project. In total, this entire project, it is a 21.5-inch decal. It took 2 hours and 20 minutes for me to weed the entire design. I'm sharing here the short version. I do have the long version in the description of this video below. You can find the link for that. But you'll see it unfold as I go. I used multiple tools. You'll also find in the description below a link to a blog tutorial where I'm sharing 5 tips on weeding success and things that can help you to get a good weed and to make it easier for you to do that. I used multiple tools in this video. You can see I have different weeding tools depending on what I'm working on. I was trying different ones out. For years, I've used the same weeding tool and I could never just get used to others. In this project, I found one I really liked. It is this pink sparkle. It's got a pin tip on it. And then I also use a lint roller to help catch those pieces. I've just pulled different parts of the weeding process out of the entire video clip, which is the long version's about 36 minutes, but I did a full time lapse of this entire project weeding it. And so you're seeing on the screen just different sections. And now I have a different weeding tool. I have the Caesar weeding hook. And I prefer that one for larger areas. It did take me some time to get used to as it has a heavier handle. And again, another weeding tool. So I have those all linked in my blog post tutorial that's in the description below. I tried to pull out some of the sections that I thought were pretty neat. Of course, I think I could watch the whole video the entire time, but I know not everybody likes to weed or enjoys that process, but the tips that I share, I have 5 tips. The first one is to have good cut settings, and as you can see here, I have a really good cut. So your cut settings can make all the difference right away. It doesn't matter what else you do if your cut settings aren't very clean and very accurate, you are going to just continue to fight it the entire time. The second one is practice. And practice, it just takes time. It takes time to practice it, to get used to it and what is going to work for you. Every single user that I have seen works differently. And I've seen people weed with a thumbtack or a sewing needle, and that I can't do, but other people can get the job done with that. Like I said, I've always used this reverse tweezers by EK Success Tools, and I found that the longer the project was, or if I had lots of decals to do, my hands started to cramp in the way I was holding it. So with the 2 hours and 20 minutes of weeding time, I used several different tools, but the main one I use is that pink fine tip pen. It was just comfortable for me to hold, and I was able to work with that. You'll also see that I'm sticking my vinyl to my finger. This helps. Vinyl sticks very well back to itself, as you'll find out when you're weeding. And so I would do the small pieces and I would put them onto my finger. It sticks very well. And then I could move that to the lint roller. Bigger, larger pieces, I could just send direct to that lint roller to hold on to. And then the next tip that I have is good lighting. So good lighting can help. You'll see I'm moving that light around. It's a magnifying light. I actually stole it from my husband. He ordered it for his hobbies. You can see it better in this view. And I actually started using it more this next clip that we have here. I don't know why I didn't start from the very beginning, but the magnifying part works really well on those super fine details. Now I kept this part in here because this section is very detailed, and I had to go very slow, even though the video doesn't show that. I had to go very slow, and I had to sometimes help that a little bit because I had a lot of swirls. Even though my cut was really good, I just had to take my time, and that's a lot of it. here you'll see I'm using that magnifying part. It just really helps to have good lighting, and the magnifying is great. I have all of this linked in my blog tutorial that's in the description below. And then the final part of my tips is the design. The design can make a big difference. This design I cut at 21.5 inches square, and I would not cut this much smaller. There was a lot of fine details. It is a mandala design, but very, very small circles, very fine details. So it's not one that I would recommend cutting super tiny at all. And I'm just finishing up and showing the process. The hardest part about getting to this point is not messing up at the very end. So not messing up at the very end and not messing up when you apply it, because I already have several hours into the process of this design. I don't know if I would have done it again if I had messed up right here at the end. But it all turned out. Couple hours into there, and there is the finished project. Thanks for joining me. Check out that description for more information on the tools I used and the tips. Have a great day.